we are back with air conditioning, so little man and we are feeling so much better in this house, aren't we? If you live in the DMV, then you know the last few days, today's Thursday, Tuesday and Monday, it was thunderstorms and pretty humid, so it got pretty bad in this house. So thankfully, we have our air conditioner back, but it feels like fall here, so it is the perfect time for us to finally talk about Mickey's Not So Scary Halloween Party. Because we went when he was 3 years old, and some of you might be saying, yeah, that's too young, and maybe he doesn't quite remember it. He remembers little bits and pieces, but because he doesn't remember it, what do you want to tell them?
Disney! Mickey's Not So Scary Halloween Party in August.
Okay, yes. What that means in 6-year-old is we are next month, we're going to go to one of the first parties being held for Mickey's Not So Scary Halloween Party. We'll see if I can say that throughout the whole video without messing it up. It's kind of a mouthful. But yes, so we are going to head out again to Disney for a weekend in August. And because we've been really fortunate, we had some vouchers from Southwest that we used for our last Universal trip. And then this time I'm cashing in some points to get us some free flights down to Florida again. So we are going to hit up the Halloween party again and share that with you on the channel. And as promised, we are going to do a day in Disney and go to Toy Story Land, and he wants to try in that day also do Animal Kingdom and Epcot. So we're gonna be tired, but we'll do okay. We'll make it. It'll be a long day, but we'll have some fun and we'll ride Slinky Dog Dash hopefully. But anyway, let's talk about Mickey's Not So Scary Halloween Party. What we learned from when we went that we want to do differently this time, and that way, if you are heading out this summer or fall for the party, or planning a trip in the future for the party, you can kind of avoid some of the mistakes we made. So number one, I want to tell you is if you can, try to go earlier in the season like we're doing. We're going in August when it's just starting up. And if you can, go on a weekday like a Tuesday, or if they're holding it on a Thursday when most of the local children are going to be in school. But if you can, go earlier in the season, because as it gets closer to Halloween, more and more people are going to be going, especially the people who are local in the area. I know here, if you go to the special events here in the DC area, the closer you get to Halloween, the more people are there. So that's kind of just a general rule. And you'll also save a little bit of money. The night we are going in August, it's about $79 for an adult for the full price ticket. DVC members, I think you save like $5. It wasn't much. We are going with the military discount tickets, which for an adult is about $56. So a huge savings. The only caveat is that we have to purchase at a guest relations window in person. So obviously right now I can't purchase them, or I can try and call Shades of Green ahead of time and see if they will ship them out. I think I saw that you can do that, but then we're paying the shipping cost and not quite saving the money. So there's the trade-off there. And since we have been doing a lot more trips than we normally do in a year, trying to save a little bit of money. All right, moving on to my second point. The party starts at 7 p.m. and goes to midnight. So that's when all the special event stuff starts. And at 7, they start kicking out all the general admission people who don't have the special wristband. You get a special wristband when you enter. But if you don't have the regular admission, you can, with your party ticket, you can get in at 4 p.m., which is what we did last time, and it was well worth it. And that's the time to go and get on the rides and see if maybe you can eat dinner before 7 p.m. If you have everything purchased, your resorts booked, your tickets are booked, you can make your dining plans, you can make, your fast passes and get some of the regular stuff out of the way before the special event starts, because during the special event, there's things you can't see any other time. Okay, so what are some of the special characters, buddy? You were telling me about one, Lotso, right?
Yes, on YouTube I did see the Tim Tracker go on the event, and there's Lotso.
There's lots of, okay, which he scares your dad, so we need to make a point to go see him if he's there this time around.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So he'll be in the new spot that Buzz Lightyear would be
In Tomorrowland.
Yes.
Okay, and then do you remember meeting Magician Mickey, but he had different clothes on?
Yeah.
He was all festive for Halloween, and I'm going to insert an old cell phone clip here, so forgive the graininess.
You're welcome.
And so, do you want to come right up front here?
Hi, buddy.
Here, hold on, cutie pie. Almost. You're just going to stand right here, okay?
Stay right here, buddy.
And that's so good. Perfect.
Enjoy the rest of your
Now,
night.
right there, and he's going to come over to you, okay?
You're welcome.
My son doesn't know what's about to happen.
Hiya, pals. Oh, come on in. Oh, I was hoping you'd stop by.
You're my heart, silly.
Say, did you want me to sign that for you?
Yeah. The big
You know,
kids on the
I'd be
studio.
happy to.
My son.
He looks like our friend Hero.
Yeah.
Is that who you are? So good.
There you go.
I'll hold on to it for you, cutie pie.
Oh,
Yeah. Go say hi.
Do you like to bounce?
Do you like to bounce?
Oh, yeah. Do it with me.
Can we bounce with Mickey?
Bounce.
He jumps?
Can you bounce? Oh, yeah. Look at those bouncers.
Bounce. Bounce, bounce, bounce.
He's a pro.
That was fun. Say, would it be okay if we got a picture together?
So smart.
Hot dog.
Can you say cheese?
Oh, she's fine.
And as you can see, if you watch our vlogs now, he is at 5-6 years old, very serious in our vlogs about meeting characters. He was super serious back then, but also a little tired because he hadn't slept well the night before. We dealt with, seriously, what you see in the videos, he is a very easygoing child. We realize that we are extremely lucky to have an easygoing kid, but that night he didn't sleep well. By the time he was 2 years old, he wouldn't nap, so he wouldn't nap before the party, and so he just, something. So he had a rough kind of time at the party. So this is our do-over for him as well, to see, let him have a little bit more fun. So besides the special characters, and if you are a Nightmare Before Christmas fan, I can say it correctly, Jack and Sally are there. We didn't find them, once again, the priority for him was Mickey Mouse. But this is where I say make sure you are organized and planning ahead of time. If you're not a planner this time, you may want to, because you want to make sure you can do all those special event things that you can't do other times in the park. So I would prioritize what's most important to you. Is meeting a villain that's not usually available important to you? And so know that you can also, besides Jack and Sally, Mickey being dressed up special, and Lotso, apparently the villains that you tend not to see are also out at the party. So you'll
There's the ghost girl outside of Haunted Mansion.
Okay, yeah, but she's not a meet and greet. She was kind of just there talking to people as they were in line for Haunted Mansion. So besides special characters at the party, there's also Happy Hallowishes. We were trick-or-treating and weren't watching the time, and we got stuck behind the castle. So if you want to see the actual projections for the show, make sure you're watching the time and you plan to be in front of the castle, because once that show starts, you're stuck. And it was really cool to see the fireworks like right overhead from behind the castle, because we were over, I think we were by the carousel at the time we got stuck. So that was neat to see, but really wanted to see the show. So we are going to prioritize that this year. I recommend you do the same if you are attending this year or in the future. The parade. I thought he was going to love the parade, but once again, did not sleep well. He was cranky. So we are going to watch the Boo to You parade. I do have a few clips with some people's heads in it that I will also insert here for you.
Happy Halloween, Boo to you and you.
It's not so very scary. It's really not so scary.
huge Hocus Pocus fan, then you need to watch the show with the Sanderson Sisters, Cranky Pants. I only got to see a little bit of it, but I can tell you what I did see. It was great, and you would think Bette Midler is up on stage. They do a really fantastic job, so I do recommend taking the time. Once again, all the rides are going to be there. Get there at 4 o'clock, ride the rides you want to ride, but these are all special things that you can only see during the show, during the party. This is what you're paying for, so prioritize the shows, the parade, and seeing the special characters over the things you can do any other day you're in the park. Now, talking about him being a cranky pants, one thing I recommend that we did right that day, and if he was a napper, it would have worked out really well, was we did not go in the parks during the day. We took a resort day since we had planned to be in the parks from at least 4 to 10 o'clock at night. Even if he wasn't cranky and tired, we don't make it to midnight anymore. Not like we did when we were younger before we had him, where staying up till 1 a.m. in the parks was no problem. But just that you're going to have all that time during the party. So take the day and relax at your resort, go swimming, take a nap, rest up, and that way you're refreshed and you can enjoy the evening. And if you are with younger ones, try to encourage them to take a nap. But if you are going into the parks earlier in the day, then if you are looking for a costume idea, then you could do something like the Pirates League, which is only in the parks, or you could do Bibbidi Bobbidi Boutique, which of course is at Disney Springs. Pirates League, sorry, let me fix this real quick. He's messing with his shirt. Pirates League welcomes everybody 3 and up. So if you are looking for, if you are looking for an easy family costume that's not going to take you a lot of work, you could all do the Pirates League together, and just make sure, because a lot of other people are going to be doing that before the party, that you as soon as you decide to do that, you call and you book that with Disney and get your spots before they are all gone. When we did it actually with him the day before the party, just for fun for him to do it, and it was incredibly busy in there. So it is a very popular time for the Pirates League, at least, and I'm guessing Bibbidi Bobbidi Boutique too. When we did Pirates League with him in August 2017, it was almost empty, and so it was a great experience. And I'll put a card up to the video where he got all this attention from the cast members in there. It was great, and he had at one point 5 of them just sitting there talking to him. So totally different experience from what we had late September, early October. So just know, if you do Pirates League, it gets booked up quickly and expect it to be full, and even your appointment may not start on time. But that is an option for you if you want just an easy costume that's not going to be a lot of work on your part. And Pirates League, I think, is pretty affordable for a Disney experience. I think the cheapest you can go is $30. The prices have probably changed, but it was definitely, compared to what some of my friends have spent on their girls at Bibbidi Bobbidi Boutique, you get off easy, because he even doesn't want the extras. His dad even offered a costume once, and he said no. So yay for that. So my recommendation, whether you are going alone as adults or you're coming as a family with little one, come in costume. Adults, this is the one time Disney is going to let you come into the parks in costumes. It is normally not allowed, hence the whole Disney bounding thing where you can kind of look like the characters. But this is the one time, if you want to be Princess Aurora or whatever, that you can dress up. Disney just has some stipulations, some rules, and some of it's their usual rules anyway. But obviously, if you are coming in costume, nothing that's going to be horribly scary to a little one, nothing with violent weapons. Just make sure you go and read the rules, because I do think they've changed it a little bit since 2015. So I can tell you, when we went, we saw, I think, Sleeping Beauty, we saw Cinderella, in the full-length gowns down to the floor. Looked fantastic. I don't even want to know how much these costumes cost because they looked so fantastic. But when I went and looked at Disney's rules for this year, they said nothing that is full-length that goes to the floor. So I imagine maybe somebody tripped and fell while getting on the ride or something like that. So I think that's a safety issue. But that said, those gowns were gorgeous. But I can't imagine how miserable those ladies were in those gowns. It is Florida. It is hot and it is humid. So here are my tips for your costumes as you might be thinking of planning it out. And we are right now, for our costumes for this year, we are thinking of doing Zootopia. And I can tell you right now, we're all going to be in shorts. We're not going to do like full length pants or anything like that. It's just too hot. So tips for costumes. Obviously, follow Disney's rules. Go look at what's allowed. I think kids, to some extent, are allowed to have a mask on. It just can't cover the full face, but Disney has that on their website, what is allowed for you. Don't wear a wig. I was Honey Lemon when we went. We did Big Hero 6. He was Hero. Adrian was Tadashi. I wore a wig because obviously I don't have blonde hair, and that was first of all just trying to get it into place, and I don't think it was the wig fit fine. It was just you're moving around a lot, you're going on rides, and so it did move a little bit, but it was just also that hot humid air, it got miserable. So I do not recommend wearing a costume with a wig. Ditch the wig, and just if you're a brunette playing a blonde character, just go with it. Be Rapunzel, the brown-haired version is what I would say. But don't do a wig. Avoid layered costume. Once again, those dresses were gorgeous. We saw some awesome costumes, but even late into the night, it was still well into the 80s there. Very humid because it did storm the next day, and so just think of something that's going to be comfortable, that is appropriate for Florida's weather. Okay, if you have made it this far into the video, congratulations. It is our final tip, I promise. So our last tip is, as far as costumes, if you have accessories, leave them at home. Don't bring them to the park. You're going to be busy getting on rides, meeting with characters.
Especially if you're going on the roller coasters on moving rooms.
Okay, yeah, you don't want to be carrying anything extra around. You're going to be getting candy, so your hands are already going to be full. Leave the accessories at home. If you have a Captain America in the party, shield not needed. Everybody's going to know who he is. So leave any accessories at home that you would have to carry around. That said, if you are set on getting as much candy as possible, you are allowed to bring your own trick-or-treat bag. The ones at the park are about that big. They're not huge. It was plenty big for us. We don't eat a lot of candy. Don't get us wrong. We enjoy some sweets every now and then, but we did a few of the stops, but that was good for us. We weren't looking to bring back a bunch of candy, but a lot of people do. So if you need something bigger than about that size bag, bring your own trick-or-treat bag. That is perfectly acceptable. That is it for this week. If you are going to Mickey's Not So Scary Halloween party soon, I hope you enjoy it and have fun. If you happen to see us at the party, do come by and say hello. Little man would love it.
Remember to like, subscribe, share, comment.